In this video, we're going to start geoprocessing, actually analyzing data, creating new shapefiles, all of that fun. Well, we've already created a new shapefile in a way with this new towns file that we have. If you followed along in the previous video, we selected all of the towns from our big towns file within our Blackstone River watershed here, and then made a new file, towns in watershed, which is pretty neat, pretty useful. However, it might be more useful if we had a layer that showed only the area of those towns within the watershed. You can see what I mean here. Let's change that green as well. I've turned the outline of the watershed just to red. If we made it a little thicker, we could probably see it better. There we go. And my towns are in a lighter green here. Actually, that's probably not a good combination. Let's turn this, let's just turn this into, there we go. High contrast is good. So we've got this light green here, and then we've got this dark black outline that's our watershed. As we can see, some of the towns are completely in the watershed. Some are just barely in the watershed. What town's that? Webster, just barely in the watershed there. Some are about half and half. If we were really seeking to understand something about the nature of this watershed or the nature of any area, we might want just the parts of the underlying shapefile that are within that area. So we can do that with a geoprocessing tool called CLIP. Now, there are many different ways to find the geoprocessing tools inside of ArcGIS Pro. You could go to the analysis tab and then click on tools, and all of the tools will come up here in the geoprocessing tab over here. You don't even need to do that. You could just go to the geoprocessing tab that pops up on the right-hand side here. You could search for a tool either up here in the command search or in the geoprocessing tool, or you can even search through the toolboxes themselves and find out where something is. Indoor position, enable indoor. Oh, I can't get distracted by stuff here. In this case, we want CLIP. I find it's always easier to search for the tool you want. I want CLIP. I want the CLIP analysis tool. Easy. CLIP. I found it. Do the same thing here. Find a tool. CLIP. Oh, there it is. CLIP analysis. Easy. However you get to it is the best way for you. I like search. You might like the toolboxes. As long as you get to CLIP, I'm happy. And here we are. So CLIP gives us a little bit of questions. It has a couple questions for us. Really easy to use. The question mark for any geoprocessing tool is your best friend, because it gives you the overview of what this tool is looking for, what this tool is going to do. Look at this. Extracts input features that overlay the CLIP features. You can use this tool like a cookie cutter. My favorite analogy. I always get hungry after using the CLIP tool. So we have some input file, our big file, and we have some feature, what we want to keep of that input. When we run this tool, it's going to give us a new file as the output. That new file is completely new. Nothing of your old files is hurt or damaged or anything in any way. There's always a lot of hesitance when people use CLIP for the first time. What if I mess up? Will my data be okay? Absolutely, mess up all you want. There's nothing wrong with doing a CLIP backwards. You just do it again the right way. Your original files are safe. And for most geoprocessing tools, that's the case. Your original files are untouched. So I have my input. That's what I want to keep. I have my CLIP feature. That's the shape I want to keep it in. I have my output as a new file. So if I wanted towns, just the pieces of the towns within the watershed, then I would use my CLIP like that. Input features, what I want to keep. I want to keep towns. My CLIP features, what shape I want to keep them in. I want to keep them in the watershed. Now, I need to give this a good name. I don't necessarily like that location, so I'm going to make sure I put this in the default geodatabase. And I'm going to call this towns. Well, now see, I gotta do better at my file naming. Towns only in watershed. That's probably not the best name, but It's going to be the name I run with right now. So I'm going to hit run on this. My input file and my clip feature file are not going to be touched. They are going to be the same after I run this analysis. My output feature, this doesn't exist. It will soon. Once we hit run, it's going to exist. Gives me some little progress down here. It took 1 second. Love it when it takes a second. I'm going to uncheck my old towns file and look at that. Now I have the towns only within the watershed, a perfect little fit. So that's the clip tool. Clip tool allows you to take from some larger input and create a new file that has only the area of interest that you're interested in. Something important to note, if we looked at this attribute table here, we would want to be very careful to make sure anything we've calculated is still correct. Any fields we've added, maybe they haven't updated. So we'd want to double check that, but that's just good data practice.